What's up, everybody? This is France over here from PE Reviews and Playeressence.com. And if you haven't noticed, there is a ton of new footage on Mario Kart 8 across YouTube, across the web. The embargo's lifted on an event that happened last week, I think, in New York City. So there's tons of different previews and details on Mario Kart 8 going up. A couple conflicting reports, but I'm going to sift through all of that and just get you the straight details on the game. And of course, you're going to be seeing some nice footage of Mario Kart 8 running in the video here. And trust me, this game is freaking awesome. I've been going through, I think I did about, I'd probably say around 16 to 17 articles on Mario Kart 8 as far as going through footage today on the website. So I'll have a link to most of them below, and of course the overall page to where you can see all of it. Trust me, there is so much footage from so many different places. You want to get all the little details, but I'm going to be going over some of the good stuff here. And of course, like I said, check out Playeressence.com. We got tons of coverage of Mario Kart 8 on there. So Eurogamer says the game runs at 1080p 60 frames per second. Destructoid is saying the game runs at 720p 60 frames per second. So I'm pretty sure Eurogamer is wrong in this case. I think they meant 1080p upscaled, whereas Destructoid is saying it runs in 720p native resolution. And I'm pretty sure it's probably that, because the graphical fidelity in the game with 60 frames per second, even with split screen with two characters, so splitting the power plus rendering one to the gamepad, I'm pretty sure the game doesn't run in 1080p. I think it's 720p, but either way, Destructoid even said that the game's graphics are so good, it's almost kind of distracting at times. So I think that's good. I think that's good if the graphics are so good. They're comparing it to other PS4 and Xbox One games as far as in a similar vein. So the fact that the game does look fantastic and it does run in silky smooth 60 frames per second, native 720p is actually really good. 1080p upscaled, whatever. The game looks great. The next thing that I want to talk about is that Eurogamer said that the production values are really high, and you can tell just by looking at the screenshots, looking at the game, the production values are off the chart. To make a game that looks this good at this level takes a lot of wizardry with the hardware. So those guys are really doing a good job. Nintendo's Mario Kart team is doing fantastic on that one. So now there's 16 retro tracks along with 16 new tracks. We don't know about any DLC. There hasn't been any news as far as that goes, but Nintendo would be stupid to not offer more than just the standard 32 tracks. With everything they can do, that would be dumb to not at least give us the option to get some more, maybe 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, or a year down the road at some point. So I fully expect there to be some type of DLC. If they want to make millions of dollars more on what they already going to make on the game, they would offer that, or even some free DLC, who knows. Next is just basically the split screen, more on the split screen multiplayer, 60 frames per second in 2 players now, and it does cut down from 30 frames per second with 3 or 4 players on this on one screen, so that's understandable. But with 2 players, well, you know, if you're playing with the buddy right there, that's going to be still 60 frames per second. The graphics quality does degrade, just like in previous Mario games. I think like Mario Kart Wii, you can tell that it cut down to 30, and the graphics aren't as good as the draw distance isn't as good. The graphics aren't going to be as good when you have 3 to 4 characters. Next, we're going to move on to some new items. So these are just 2 new items they unveiled. That doesn't mean that they're the only new items. They basically revealed a piranha plant, and this piranha plant is actually really cool because it's kind of like Super Mario 3D World. Is when you hold this piranha plant, it basically just chomps things in front of you, but every time it does like a chomp, it basically gives you a tiny little speed boost. So it's kind of like a little miniature mushroom plus an attack item in one. Really creative item. Really like that item. And then this one's actually really cool too. That's the boomerang fire flower, or yeah, the boomerang flower. And basically what that is that it's like a boomerang, just like you got in, you know, Super Mario 3D Land, Super Mario 3D World, and you throw it and it hits people on the way there, and it can also hit people on the way back, and you can throw that up to 3 times. So it's a pretty formidable offensive weapon. So that's really cool. You can now earn coins from item boxes, which is also good. Of course, coins do up your speed. If you have 10 coins, you can go to maximum gear. So you definitely want to make sure you have a lot of coins. Now, this is probably one of the biggest changes, and this is a change up to defensive gameplay as far as who's in first place, and this is more of a balancing thing. Nintendo now has it to where when you have an item and you're like, you know, when you just have an item, you can't stock another item in your item box. And I think I know why they did this. Just I think it's for balancing, because people who have been in first place, they'll get 3 turtle shells, you know, and then they'll have them floating around their cart. Then they'll get like another 3 turtle shells, or like a big banana from Double Dash, a big banana from Double Dash. So they have like this ultimate unpenetrable defense going on here, and I think they wanted to cut that out to where if you get like a 3 rotating shells, you can't just keep on having, you know, all of that defense on there. So that's my reasoning why I think that they did that. So it's definitely going to shake up things. It's definitely going to shake up things, and it could create more of a lead switching, especially going on from like, you know, positions 5, you know, 5 through 1. There can definitely be more lead switching since, you know, the characters in front don't have as much defense to continue to block items. So that's actually, I think it's a good addition, but we have to wait and see as far as, you know, its implementation and when I start playing the game and, you know, all the competitors, we have to test it out. So pretty cool there. Next, as far as some gamepad features, it just has off TV play, uses the horn, you know, for the gamepad. It also has like the track layout is also on there on the gamepad. You have your rankings and you can see what items characters are having, which is good. Maybe if somebody has like a thunder, so you can be ready or prepared, or you see a blue shell coming. So that'd actually be pretty cool. And of course, there's not really more details on Mario Kart TV. That's probably going to be coming at a later date, probably a Nintendo Direct where they're going to really, you know, unleash the Mario Kart TV. But overall, really cool. The game looks fantastic. Absolutely love it. Most of the people were gushing as far as the previews go, and trust me, there's plenty more footage and news and all that on Playeressence.com. Check out the description below to get the full Mario Kart 8 experience as far as what's been announced, what's new, all of that good stuff. And I'm probably going to be doing another video because there's probably going to be more news coming because there's so much, like I said. But anyway, that wraps it up for this video. Make sure you give us a like if you like the video. It helps us spread our content here on YouTube and get more people watching PE reviews and Playeressence.com. Also, make sure you subscribe if you're someone new. I upload new videos like this all the time. Plus, I do Let's Plays, unboxing, reviews, all sorts of good stuff. All right, like I said, check out the description below. I'm Francis, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.